Blessed love, oh, give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Wonderful. Give thanks for your presence with us as we glorify Emperor Haile Selassie I in all doings and sayings. I welcome you to the Tiger's Nest, the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, as we are definitely looking to step into another level this evening here with a wonderful presentation here for you. We have a wonderful visitor that will be joining us in a few moments. It's Honorable Empress Lioness Kishmet, and she is a Rastafari Empress, trod in the Bobo Shanti tradition as well. She's from Tortola, and she'll be giving us a presentation entitled "From Homegrown to Clone." From homegrown to clone. Now, of course, at first it may sound like we will be speaking about ganja or marijuana, something of the sort, but it will be more somewhat of a spiritual conversation. And so I guess the tree of life is still a spiritual thing. So we will see where that leads us. But I'm promising you, it is something that you would definitely find interesting. So she'll be joining us in a few moments, already there in the background, and we will definitely look forward to touch base with her. But of course, you know, in just a few days, we will be having the wonderful lecture by the Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce, Healthy Living for both male and female. Again, that's healthy living for both male and female. And our presenter is the Right Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce. And this will be an online lecture for those of you who are part of the lecture crew, those who have been to our previous online lectures. Well, this is another one for you, but only that this time I would not be the one doing the lecturing. I will be the host, but the Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce will be our visitor lecturer, pardon me, for that evening. Healthy living for both man and woman, male and female. So this is Saturday, the 6th of March, 2021, and the time is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. That's Eastern Caribbean time, 7:30 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely. So, you know, you got to check wherever you are in the world and balance it off. But let me just give you a little clue here. This is a little tip, I should say. You see, when you get your ticket and you go into the lecture hall, even if it's a week before, a day before, it's going to tell you when the lecture is going to start. 10 hours from now, 5 hours from now, 30 minutes from now. So it will align with your time wherever you are. Admission for this event is only $25 United States currency, and $20 if you get your ticket before Saturday, the 27th day of February, which is not too far from now. And we're talking 2021, depending on when you are seeing this. So get all your health questions answered. And this is a little addition we have here. When you purchase your online ticket, you are in a position to, you know, leave a question. I'm sure many of you have health concerns, even if it's not for yourself. So what you can do, you would leave a question, not questions now, leave a question, because everyone will have a question, and that will be passed on to the presenter. That's the Honorable Priest Kailash Leonce, and he will somewhat incorporate your question into his presentation as an answer. Plus, we will still be in a position to ask questions on the evening, if you understand what I'm saying. So basically, it's somewhat all about you. So just, you know, bring your thing to the forefront. If you don't want nobody to know it's you or what the problem is, you can just leave the question and he will answer it. And still, even when you're in the chat room, is not everybody know exactly who it is. More than like you have a name that, you know, you just you. So don't be afraid and don't be ashamed, because your health is your wealth. So remember, you can make your payments using the Cash App, which is the preferred, you know, way. The Cash App, Aton Ra, ATONRA 2723. And of course, we will leave the link straight to the Cash App is in the description for those who are watching this video on it below the description of the video itself. And if you have any problems with Cash App or you cannot utilize Cash App, you could email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com. That's priestiesaac27@gmail.com. So this is going to be a wonderful presentation. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's not directly going to be about COVID-19. I know a lot of you are concerned with the pandemic or scamdemic, whatever it is, but for sure, if it's your health and your wealth in such a time of diseases and flus and all these sort of things, definitely the honorable priest will be touching upon it even directly or indirectly. Remember, once you are a part of the Shock of the Hour subscription team, once you are a subscriber to the weekly program, the nightly program, the nightly program talking about the Shock of the Hour in the Tiger's Nest, the upper levels, our radio program. Once you are a member of such, you do not pay to come into our webinars, you do not pay to come into our online lectures or anything that is done by the Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Now, Rastafari Experience presents the Spring Equinox Experience. And let me just say once again that the literal Spring Equinox Experience, the literal hike, the Green Castle Hill, the double hike, and the island tour, and even the cannabis tour, and the lectures, and so many different things that we have planned for those 7 days when you come and spend time with us. Well, we have canceled that for the second time running, well, I should say for the second year. We canceled it previous year, Spring Equinox, and we are canceling it again. And I know some of you who were looking to come last year, you were disappointed for sure. A lot of ones were not eager to come this year, but we understand, and that's why we're canceling it. Not because, as I said, right here in Antigua, the borders are not closed, but you know how the world is running. Right now, we're under a state of emergency, so that alone should tell you what's going on. We have a tight curfew. The sun cannot set with you outside. That's the kind of curfew we are under here. So, to invite guests to spend time, and then you may have to end up in quarantine, and did you get your vaccine shot and all of that funny stuff that's going on right now. We prefer to keep those who, we have some sort of respect and love for, to keep them away from that sort of environment. So we prefer to, cancel that, postpone that for another time, but it's still on. The virtual edition is still on. The Spring Equinox virtual edition is still on. You could still come on the morning hike. You could still see the megaliths. I mean, it's not, I am like being there, but it's the next best thing. Remember, we are doing 2 hikes. The morning hike amongst the stones, the megaliths that align with the stars. Then the evening hike, it's not going to be the same hike. It's a massive hill, You're not going to see the same thing. In fact, the presentations will be different, because on the second hike, we're definitely looking to have some historians, and some of our local historians and griots will be with us to give you a different light. You see, it's an experience. So when you do the morning hike on the Friday, that will be like a serene hike. The Sunday hike will have a more festive mood to it. And of course, on Thursday the 18th, we'll have the cannabis tour, the ganja tour, when you will walk through the fields, acres of marijuana, and you'll be getting your little educational tour. Yes, it will be nice if you were here, but this is how it is for the moment. So come on, let us still full joy. Don't let nothing, rain on the parade, as they like to say. You could definitely get a nice package where you get the 3 events for only $120. But if you buy your package now before the 1st of March, you could get it for $100. There was a $85 package before the 21st of February, but that is gone. But it's still available for you to be a part of the virtual edition. This is not no cheap affair that we're putting on. High definition, high quality, and we're using the best visualized media to make sure that we bring you crisp, clear production and wonderful information, wonderful lecturing. I don't think you even understand what you're gonna see on those 3 days, as we definitely do the virtual spring Equinox. This is definitely going to be wonderful. And let me just say as well, just in case you may hear some rumbling there in the background, we are doing some reconstruction work that honestly, you know, we couldn't postpone that any longer. It's something that just had to be done. Plus, I had to do this interview as well. So everything is just happening at the same time, but it's all good. We just give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. So basically, as I said, for sure, we have a wonderful lecture upcoming. The Honorable Lioness Kishmet should be in the waiting room. So let me just bring her in as we begin this reasoning and this discussion here this evening. It's called From Homegrown to Clone. Imagine that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, blessed love once again, give thanks. Still in the tiger's nest here with us, and as promised, we have a lioness in the tiger's nest, Empress Lioness Kishmet, with us in the tiger's nest, the shock of the hour mystic vibration. Blessed love, Empress, give thanks for your presence.
Yes, sir, my Lord. Blessed love.
And I already showed the congregation that you have a presentation to give to them this evening entitled From Homegrown to Clone. I already showed them we're not going to be talking about ganja, not unless you're bringing it in on some other level. It's more of a spiritual reasoning, starting from Adam or maybe even beyond. But I'm not going to prep what you're going to say. I would just like the eye to give a little introduction, you know, of yourself. You know, I myself, I know you're from Tartol, at least that's where you are. We met there it's about 10 years ago, isn't it? 9 years ago. So give thanks for the linking up again. And just reintroduce or introduce yourself to the family before we go into the reasoning. And I am telling them the reasoning is going to be very interesting and powerful. You go, Joe.
Yes, sir, my Lord. Blessed love, my Lord and Empress. I is Kishmet Brooks from Tartola, British Virgin Islands. I is a mother of 10 youths. I giving thanks and praise for life. Holy Emmanuel I Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
Give thanks. Powers. Well, that's a massive introduction. I'll leave it at that still.
Okay.
So, Honorable Lioness, well, you don't mind I say Lioness, I know you're that, you know, Lioness Kishmet, so I know you introduce yourself as Kishmet.
No.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure I'm being respectful here.
Yeah.
So, it's basically you, Honorable.
On my Facebook page, I am Lioness Kishmet.
Basically, you bring to the congregation, and I'm going to give it no long introduction. You obviously have the ability to speak. Bring to the congregation your reasonment, you know, wherever you want to start from. Because, you know, originally when you brought that reasonment to me, it was out of a concern of a kind of, maybe we were talking about the fish eating and so on, so on, so on, so on. Somehow that kind of morphed, it kind of went into that. So not saying you have to start there.
Yes.
I'm just giving you a kind of freedom to begin where you think you want to begin. Maybe you want to prep the subject before you go into it. We do have time. We have an hour plus and maybe a little more. Feel free. Blessed Lord.
Yes, I give thanks, my Lord. From homegrown to clone back to homegrown is a vibration of the lineage linking from Adam and Eve and what actually transpire and cause, you know, out of the Black woman to come many nations. So this is what this vibration is all about, where that stem from. So this is what occurred in the story of Adam and Eve. The apple they talk about was in those emanating portion that would cause the multiplicity of the human being. Genesis 1, which is the beginning. Let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Image is something that represents the outward form of a person or thing, such as a statue or picture, the appearance of something as seen in a mirror or through a lens. a person or thing that is very much like another in appearance. Metaphysical meaning, the spiritual meaning now, because that's the physical meaning of image. So this is the spiritual meaning of image now. A mental representation of anything not actually present to the senses. Everything that is manifested was first a mental picture and was brought into expression by the forming power of imagination. Man accumulates a mass of ideas about substance and life, and with his imagination, he molds them into shape. Likeness now, a similarity in appearance, a resemblance, a copy, portrait, or picture. The fact or quality of being alike or representation, the resemblance, guise, or outward appearance. Spiritual meaning now of likeness is a divine gift added to basic human nature. The likeness consisted of the moral qualities of the Most High, whereas the image involved the natural attributes of the Most High. When Adam fell, he lost the likeness, but the image remained fully intact. You understand?
I'm following you. Image and likeness. Lost the
Yes.
likeness and the
So the
image.
so the difference between image and likeness is the image is just that mankind is made in the image of His Majesty, whereas the likeness is a spiritual attribute of the moral qualities of the Most High.
Getting you?
They had the power. They had the power to see the manifestation of the Most High without Him having to manifest Himself in a flesh. So in Adam and Eve time, His Majesty would come to them without going through the flesh to appear to them. But because of what took place, that's where it come the black Christ in flesh now to appear to man. So you could see His Majesty from the physical perspective. Because when He have to come to you in the spiritual perspective, He do that by Himself. But in the physical, he needs the body to be able to appear to man. You understand?
I think I follow that. Meaning that basically what you're saying, it sounds like the regular understanding of Adam and Eve, that they were almost like gods themselves, in a sense that you didn't have to see the God. The God was inside of them. I'm asking, speaking to them.
Yes.
But because they fell, God had to come out.
They were on the
go ahead.
Right. They were on this. They were on the same image and likeness of Him at that time. So when He come in the spirit to them, because they were in the spiritual realm. But because of what they do, they actually came visible now in the visible realm of the vibration. The image of man was formed, so the image was created in mind creation.
Pardon me for that.
To create is to bring something into existence, invention, to form, to shape appearance, to become visible, to be seen and to touch, to take shape and to become solid, to develop an idea or concept in the mind. So Genesis 3 is the temptation and fall of man. The spirituality of the Almighty appearance to man without the appearance through a flesh is what we have lost. Because it is the same ability that Satan has as well to appear through man for his works to be carried out and accomplished as well.
As an angel of light.
Right. Eve ate and gave Adam to eat of a tree that would make one wise. That tree would make the invisible visible. The tree that was not of them, that would mess with their lineage and gene and would clone them and mix and bring forth different races and nations of all colors and creed. The Black history, the tree of life was the original tree. Genesis 3 verse 11, He said, who told you that you was naked? have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, you should not eat? The cause was enmity. Enmity, which is forever, enemies, hostility, animosity, and animus all indicates deep dislike of ill will, hatred. Enmity suggests positive hatred, which may be open or concealed. So, Priest Isaac, I know, right? Our reasoning with our brethren today, and he was telling me, I was telling him that that's the only time in the Bible I see where His Majesty show a cause of hatred forever. Now, with this vibration here, because of what took place, how do we forgive? How do we forgive when He didn't forgive because of this concept of what took place? So how do we forgive when these things happen?
Well, you tell me. Well, I was going to ask, I didn't want to ask no trivial question, but you said the first tree, the tree of life, you said, right? Is there a difference between the tree of life and the tree of good and evil? Isn't it the tree of good and evil that they played with?
Yes.
And then they guarded out the tree of life?
Yes, they played with it. Yeah, but what happened is, yes, you're right with that. But I comment to that because I have that as well.
Right. I didn't want to get in your way. Go ahead.
The snake they talk about in the Bible represents the penis of a man. And I'm gonna show you why I say that. Just relax.
No, yeah,
Genesis 3:15. I will put enmity between thy seed and her seed. Numbers 3, verse 21, 22, where the absence of the enmity on the part of the man modifies the judgment to be passed on him. Romans 8, verse 7, the mind of the flesh is enmity against the Almighty. The woman's hatred of snake has a spiritual cause and is a representation of the nature of enmity that endures between Satan and the human population. The snake is the penis and the apple is the woman's virginity.
Okay.
So the serpent judgment was, he was saying to die and return to the dust. So it's a process of burning during the beginning without an ending situation. Enmity means a blood feud. Cain was a bruised seed. He was a murderer. He was the son of the serpent that killed the original seed, which is Abel. Abel was a promised seed, the promised one who would be from the woman's seed. And because when the man and the woman come together, they come one flesh. So his seed will go into the woman and it's one flesh, which is her seed. An indication of the eventual virgin birth of the Black Christ.
And that's Cain.
The crucifix. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Not Abel.
No, Abel is the black seed. Abel is the pure seed. Cain is not.
The pure, okay, right.
No.
Right. So let me ask you quick before you go on. So both Cain and Abel would have had two different fathers then?
Yes.
All right.
Cain. I'm going to come to it.
No problem. Take your time, man. I'm not rushing you really. Take your time, man.
The crucifixion was a bruised seed. They are descendants of the devil. No. Yeah. The bruised head of the serpent speaks to the final judgment of Satan. Remember, Eve said she was beguiled, and to beguile is to enchant someone often in a deceptive way, to engage the interests of vile or as beguile in a seductive vice into ambush. To beguile is defined as to deceive someone in a cunning way or to enchant someone and make him become attractive to you. So the serpent beguiled me and I did eat. When the Most High is mad with you, he calls you through the genes of your genetics.
I hear you.
So you move from servant to serpent. So from doing His Majesty's work to doing the works of the devil.
From servant to serpent. I hear you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, from servant to serpent. I didn't even know today was Thursday. I would try and get a pad in for you about the study about servant to serpent. I didn't even realize today was Thursday. So Genesis 2 verse 13, mixing seed within the Ethiopian Cushite mentioned in Genesis 2 verse 13 would strengthen the black seed. The name Cush, Ethiopia was in Genesis chapter 2, long even before Genesis chapter 1. So Moses' bloodline would produce offspring that would strengthen his blood back to the pure, perfect Negro seed of Noah. This can be found in Genesis 6 verse 9. This is the genealogy of Noah, Israelites. And that word Israelites, if you look at the word Israel, when you flip it around, you get the word Israel. Israelites, Israelites. It's a the light of the world. So that seed was Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You know, that was the pure seed. That's where he traced the seed back to the pure seed. Father and mother, and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So if the man leave his family and moves in with the woman's family, after this, the bloodline of the woman, who is the whole of the family gene in her, is made stronger because his gene will disappear in hers, and they become one flesh.
Okay.
1 John 4 verse 3 speaks the truth spirit and the false spirit. Luke 8 verse 11 tells us the seed is in the word of the Most High. Seed or the semen of the genealogy of the bloodline being the word of His Majesty. So now here I'm going to show you now where I tell you the snake is the penis, because a serpent is a sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. A serpent is a large snake. Serpent and snake represents fertility or creative life force. As snakes sheds their skin through sludging, they are symbols of rebirth, transformation, immortality, and healing. Serpent represents sexual passion. Genesis 3, 1-5 speaks of a firework that burns with a serpentine motion or flame. The serpent is a universal and complex symbol that can represent death, destruction, evil,
Forgive me
a
for the noise. Go ahead.
penetrating, legless essence,
Go ahead.
and or poison. Satan is in the disguise of a serpent. The serpent represents temptation, the devil, and deceit. The snake, hear this word precise, is phallic. And the meaning of that word phallic is to do with or resembling an erect penis, often symbolizing male reproductive power. Phallus, a representation of an erect penis, especially as a symbol of fertility, typically used with the reference to male potency or dominance. The sexually undifferentiated tissue in an embryo that becomes to penis or clitoris. So within the serpent,
where you reading that from?
he could have disguised himself as a...
Where you read that the source you just read that from? This question, I missed that. The definition
No, that's I get it in Google. I Googled the word phallic.
Phallic. Okay, right.
Phallic.
Okay. Just making sure the audience following along to you. There's a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah. The sexual undifferentiated tissue in an embryo that becomes to penis or clitoris. a representation or image of the penis as the reproductive organ, worship as a symbol of generative power, symbolizing fertility or potency, but also can be seen as a androgynous, partly male and partly female. So look up that word to ANDROGYNOUS.
Correct, you're correct.
In appearance of indeterminate, sex having the physical characteristic of both sexes. So this is what's showing you the serpent was in both sexes when he appeared to both Adam and Eve. Because he could have disguised himself. Because I show you the meaning of it to be, you could disguise yourself.
Metallic. Yeah.
The serpent is somebody that, right?
Snake in the grass.
Of both sexes, yes. Hermaphrodite, gender identity, gender expression, or sexual identity, mixed biological sex characteristics in human. It often returns to intersex people. The quality or states of being neither specifically female or masculine, feminine or masculine, just unisex. The both sexes, that's what I'm trying to show you. The snake can have positive implication too when intertwined with the tree of life. Please, Isaac, it represents good. But with the tree of knowledge, it represents both good and evil. I could show you where to find these facts.
Do anything
and it can also be associated with the healing or rebirth as it sheds its skin. This can be found in both animals and plants, both male and female sexual characteristics. So an androgynous female is a person who is high in both masculine and female traits, and so for the man as well. So that is where I left off, my lord.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So we were always called the core seed of Canaan. Go ahead, you speak.
No, well, I was kind of, before you, since this is left off there, I was kind of giving, see if I could analyze everything properly, because, you know, you have different levels around different school of thoughts. And I know for sure you would always hear that the serpent in the garden was morely of a, the whole act was a sexual act then. But you kind of more breaking it down now, you kind of putting it into some degrees, at least from your perspective, for us. So, so you're saying the serpent was both male and female, and you're saying the serpent can still represent good and bad. So
when it comes to the tree of
good and evil.
Yes. But when it comes to the tree of life, it represents life. But when it comes to the tree of knowledge, it could represent good and evil.
Okay.
But remember, it's two trees.
So basically what you're saying there is way higher than just a physical Adam in the garden, Eve in the garden, and a snake. Are you going to polarity? Positive and negative, and some different levels there. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure everybody on board. Continue.
Yeah.
I'm setting up a fresh chalice here. You continue.
People, we were always called the core seed of Canaan.
That's one of your babies there, man.
In Genesis 9. Yeah. That's number 10.
Me to tell you.
Genesis 9, verse 25. Caused by Canaan, a servant of servants, he shall be to his brethren. So I was doing a study, Priest Isaac, the other day of the Old Testament of the word slave and the New Testament word of the slave. In the Old Testament, when His Majesty wrote about slave, it's like you build a house and you decide that you go in the bank to get a mortgage, right?
Yes.
You get this mortgage for 15 years. You sign for this, that in 15 years, you will pay off this loan. So you call that a debt slave. A debt slave where you volunteer for this service, to be a servant until you pay it off and free yourself of it. Different from the slave that they have in the New Testament time where they enslaved us. So it's two different slaves in the Old Testament from what is in the New Testament and what His Majesty had the meaning of slave to really portray.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Just in English alone, slavery have all kind of different meanings. You know, yeah, definitely. Just to say quickly, I mean, just outside of in what we went through, the transatlantic slave trade, you can't compare that to some other little thing going on in Africa where somebody get caught up as a prisoner of war and still get some good treatment and call that slavery and still call what we go through slavery. No, you got to find two different words for them things. I agree. I told you. It's just language. And that's where language mixes us up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as you say, serpent is always the devil, where you could find serpent in other aspects being good too. They have scriptures where lion is bad. Nebuchadnezzar was seen as a lion, you know, and that wasn't nice. But yet still Christ returned as a lion too. So it's all symbolism, and you know, I'm glad that you have that level of, you know what I mean, because some people, they don't really graduate out of that, you know, but not to cut you, go through, please.
Yeah, but with to me, with the whole Bible, there's a clone in everything. They're showing you the false Christ, they're showing you the true Christ, they're showing you, you're seeing a false Adam, you're seeing a true Adam, you're seeing the clone. So within us as well, we clone as well, because we all come with the tree of knowledge of good and evil within us, because precisely that you could be a person doing good all your life in the liberty, all your life hailing the black Christ in flesh, prophet, priest, king, everything, and then one day you get up and just decide to go do something that people be like, I didn't expect that of Priest Isaac, because, you know, you're seeing the image of one, but you're in the image of two. Is which one it is you want to portray, which one it is you want to give energy to, you know, whether
matter
it's good or whether it's evil. Yes, so any man having one drop of the seed of Cain, who they refer to as the black race, because they're trying to make Cain seem like he's the black race, but he's not of the black race. Cain came from when Eve was beguiled by the serpent. That is what they created. Cain. So
before we go too far, hold on. Let's stay in first grade for a moment. Don't move yet. So what we're saying here is that Adam's wife, the first two people, I'm gonna look at it just like that. The first two people, I don't know if that's how you see it, but you mean to say that Adam's wife, the act that produced human beings, her purity and virginity was taken from someone other than Adam. That's how everything began. That's a strange way for everything to begin, boy. Wow. All right. Let's check in. Go through. Like it frozen a
That's
bit.
How it began.
Okay, yeah, right.
That's how it's saying out of the black woman comes Isaac. His majesty is always and will always be the God of creation. Satan will always be the man of technology. So in the beginning, he was always the man of technology, while his majesty was always the man of creation. So when his majesty now create and form the man and the woman in his image and likeness now, here it is the serpent come and multiply within that image. That's why it talk, I'll show you the meaning of the shedding of the snake skin into the different colors and textures. I read it for you where I had find it, where the snake skin was shed into different, right? So that is what caused the out of the black woman to bring all the nations when Eve went over and messed with that tree. That is how all color was linked with the color of the white and bring all those different races. If you look at them, look at the Chinese, look at all these different colors that when black and white come together, it creates. Because is why in the beginning must have to be in the end, you know, and is a beginning without an end as well. But in His Majesty only created a man and a woman. You know, he created the man, he created the woman, and he knew what he wanted for them. But Eve went over there, and the pure seed was messed and mixed with. That is where Cain came. And then Adam went and traced back to the pure seed with bringing Abel and Seth.
All right, I'm gonna make it. I don't want to. What is sister name? The Lidith. Okay. Anyway, you go with your story. You know, with your presentation. I was going to add to from the Adam and Eve story. You know, there's some additions to it, and Adam and his daughter and second wife and so. But I don't want to jumble
you
up.
Add you. No. You
Lilith,
add. Let me hear.
Lilith. You know of Lilith, right?
Yes.
She fits into all of this, or that is something people add into the story. And who is she? She's Adam's second wife.
Adam's first wife.
Adam's first wife, Lilith. You know, other gospels or other books that may not be in the 66 speak of some extra people, you know, outside of just Adam and Eve, and people even argue that Adam and Eve were not necessarily the first created people. And they use the chronology of the Bible to put all of that down too. So I'm just checking to see how that fits in with you. I didn't want to complicate you there and stick you there. I would like you to build your point, especially if it's a esoteric point. No need to battle over date and time. But I didn't want to slow you up. But it just came to mind with the Lilith.
Yeah, I think that came out of I think I read that in a book called The Lost and Forgotten Book of Eden.
That's what you're talking about, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I read that.
But go ahead. You build on your point, no friend.
Well, I think I done here because as I was telling you, we have to go other stages from it. So I done here because I was moving from servant to serpent. So we're gonna have to do that on another time. So let's just speak on this matter.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so well, what you done, what you brought forward a while ago is basically in the garden then. What happened in the garden. So as literal, as being literal now, let's put it on that level then. Maybe since you stopped there. When we speak a literal, you already described the serpent as the phallic. So is it a symbolic story we're dealing with? Or is it a real snake that came and had a discussion with a woman? And because a lot of ones, their minds are there, you know, people even go as far as to bring biology into it and can tell you. I've heard a reasoning where one say if you check the bones of a snake, you can see where the legs used to be connected. I've heard them reasoning there, dealing with evolution. So, but I believe you're speaking on a full symbolic level. Yet literal, because sex is a literal thing, eh? Tell me.
Yeah. It's a creation, you know, love is a creation of everything, you know. That's how everything is created, through love.
So, no, but what I'm saying now, okay, but if Cain and Abel came out, is this a division of races happening here? Because they say Cain had a mark on him. Then they say that Cain went and he had a wife and he dwelt in a city that was well established. So that is why I brought it to that level. If we're talking Adam and Eve, the very first, because I know we get the story, Adam and Eve in the garden, bite the fruit, serpent, and God come, kick them out, which is the basic story. Where you have some other additives to it. Even in the Bible, when it says again that Cain went to a city, seemed like it was a well-established city. It didn't sound like he was the founder of the city. And he was the firstborn of, well, supposedly Adam and Eve.
Right.
So ain't too much people around, and he found a wife. So I'm just looking at all those additives too to see how it fitted to what you were bringing
But
forward.
still,
Go ahead.
through the lineage, when he was having the children, he's still traced back the lineage to Enoch.
Wait, hold on. When Adam was
Enod,
having,
Cain's son Enod.
right, okay, fair enough. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even out of that lineage that was not of the pure seed, it still traced back the seed into the pure seed of Enod. That's why I'm trying to explain.
Isn't the seed traced back to Seth?
Yeah, we already talked about Seth.
You did. But
Yeah,
you're talking
Seth
that
and
seed
Abel.
that would bring out the Christ and bring out, the Solomonic lineage and all of that. I
But you
thought that
talk
when,
about him yeah, but you talk about him when he went in the other land. So I say when he went in the other land is
yeah,
when he would trace back the lineage to the pure black seed through Enod, the son Enod.
his son.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And but the lineage that people like Noah and Methuselah and even Melchizedek and so came out of, that lineage came from Seth. Okay. I
Yes.
want to be
Yes,
sure.
that lineage, yes, that's where it come now into the royal pure black seed. That lineage right there. That's when it came into what it was supposed to be in the beginning.
Okay.
That's
All right, of
when
course.
it traced right into that vibration right there, precise that. That
Because
lineage there with Melchizedek.
what would have been the pure seed, which would have been Abel would have been destroyed. All
Yeah.
right, fair enough. Okay. So although I know you say have stages, so you're saying from homegrown. So homegrown is what now? What is homegrown and what is
Homegrown was
clone?
Adam. Homegrown is Adam and Eve.
Uh-huh.
Clone is Cain.
Okay. And back to homegrown.
Back to homegrown. The tribe of the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. That
Yeah, I follow
lineage,
you.
us, the Israelites, the true Israelites.
The lights, the real lights, as you say. I get that. Okay, I get that positive.
Yeah.
So, all right. So when you fit in all of that now,
Yeah.
in today's perspective, so His Majesty, you're saying, okay, I know the Bible said that Christ is the second Adam. I take it is a light you're saying that His Majesty, you said that before the fall, that God did not have to come to them as if God was already in them. But because man and woman
Yeah.
fall, God now have to come in the same image. Because they say we have the image, but we lost the likeness. Am I correct? Let me make sure I straight it.
Yeah.
We have the image, but we lost the likeness. Okay.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
God come back in both image and likeness. And those of us that have the image,
Right.
if we want to get back to Godhood, we work with Him and take up His likeness. I'd assume the
Yes.
likeness is the Rastafari livity and returning to
Yes,
nature.
I.
And okay, all right, I hear you. Selassie, all right, Jah,
Say.
Rastafari.
Yeah. Yeah.
I take in
That's
a Jah and the
all
jealous.
right.
Talk to the people while I take a Jah.
So we as Negroids and not from the seed of Canaan, we would have made, which would have made us Canaanites, nor are we from the seed of Het, which would have made us Hittites. We Negroids are the true and only pure seed, the holy seed of the tribe of Judah, lost tribe of the house of Israel, the woman seed, meaning Eve from Genesis 3, verse 15. So so even when I was thinking about His Majesty's speech when he said, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes, Priest Isaac, it's like while we vibes visibly, so you have to transcend in the spiritual realm to be able to sight in that time, all from now, in this time. Get yourself ready for that time now. So see, the Almighty doesn't have a color He appears in, yet the Son of God does. The Son, the Black Christ in flesh. That's in Revelation 1, verse 14 to 15. So when they say his head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes like flame of fire, his feet were like fine brass, as if refined in a furnace, and his voice as the song of many waters. Now the hair, like wool, white as snow, suggests wisdom, experience, dignified, pure, and glorious. His eyes were like flames of fire, meaning nothing is hidden from him. Divine knowledge, just natural. White is the token of the transfiguration of light, of the glorified person, that the Redeemer, the color and the beauty of Zion. What do you think?
So you're saying that the Almighty, checking your words, the Almighty don't appear in no color. Not just color, no color, size, form, smell. Right. But yet still the Almighty is in all.
I'm speaking in the spiritual realm.
Yeah, if you are okay, right. If you want to use that term. But the Son of the Almighty now come as, let's just say, Israelite, as black. Okay. But isn't the Son of the Almighty just the Almighty?
Yes.
Isn't the Son of the Almighty? Let's deal with some theological physics here. Isn't the Son of the Almighty the Almighty? Because remember you were saying about word.
Yes, he is the
okay.
Yes, he is the yes.
Okay. Right.
Yes. But it's just that he's above all. So he called King of Kings.
Okay. So he chose to
Lord
come.
of Lords.
He chose to come as Seth, in the Seth lineage. But would he, the colorless Almighty, would he come in the lineage of Cain?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Discriminating out.
No. Cain, no.
I ask you,
No.
Until the philosophy, many people gonna throw that back at you there, until the philosophy that holds one race superior, and although it's just an excerpt of a speech.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm talking because of the race, but I'm talking because of the aspect of murdering, killing, not race. Not race. The enmity. I ain't talking about the color. I'm talking about killing. He was a murderer. So that's why I say that. Not color.
Now you think it's all right, man.
So I want nobody don't put me in no spot, Priest Isaac.
No, man, you're good, man. Hey. Man, I would defend you. I defend you for that. I doing what I doing still, but you safe, man. No one need to be ashamed at all. If you want me jump in front of you, no one need to be ashamed to say that God come in the black man. As I said, the Most High dwell in everything that there is life, But God is choosing. Yeah. This ain't no joke. It's not no discrimination neither. When he say he's chosen people, it's not like he really choose them more than anybody. This might sound insulting to some, but when God created people, it's black people he created. That's it. That philosophy, he created 5 different races. That's not the truth. If we are honest, it's black people. That is what people are, And one can screw and go under the bed. black people, what God, as we call him, God intended people to be, is black people, is history and time that evolve into other so-called races, a word that I don't even try to use. And that's yesterday history now. Other races is yesterday history now. The time we've been here by ourselves is much, much longer than the time we've been sharing our home with the rest people. And black supremacy, as I said yesterday on a program, is not the flip side of white supremacy. So when we say black supremacy, it's not for nobody to be afraid. We ain't gonna kill nobody, no. Black supremacy, you know what black supremacy say? Europe for the Europeans. China for the Chinese. That's what black supremacy said. Black supremacy said that and get so offended. Our own brothers will say, boy, we rule the whole world. I know, the world would belong to us. That's why we who rule the world can say, Chinese, you take China. That's black supremacy. Black supremacy is love. So don't be ashamed to push black supremacy. And if anybody that is of another race that feel offended for the love of black supremacy, man, that's their business. Yeah, so you know when you're in the tiger's nest. Yes,
No. So the divine celestial is meant by the head, the Son of Man. The divine spiritual by his eyes and by his breast, which was the gift about the golden girdle. The divine natural by his feet, because these three are in the Lord. Therefore, also they are in the angelic heaven. The third highest heaven is in the divine celestial. The second or the middle heaven is in the divine spiritual. And the fourth or ultimate heaven is in the divine natural. Divine celestial makes the head, who are in the divine spiritual makes the body, and the divine natural makes the feet. This is also in every man, because we are created in the image and likeness of the Almighty. There are 3 degrees, and as these are open, he becomes an angel, either of the third or of the second or of the ultimate heaven. You got something to say?
No, it's a heavy vibes they kick in there. I was using a cliche with us. I said, me one, you know, the heights, you know, the different levels. I seen it. Because you're speaking, it sounds like the book of Enoch, you know, as you're reading it, I seen Enoch. I don't know if you go to the book. Well, not even the book of Enoch. The Secret of Enoch. That's a different book than the book of Enoch. When he went up into the different heavens and that has a lot to do with crown chakra. And so, you know, so as you're reading that, I'm seeing the head, because the head is actually the head. And I'm seeing
the body.
Yeah, I'm seeing all that, how you define the different makeup and so deep, man, deep. That's some deep vibes. That last.
But I didn't went through the book of Enoch. I went through what is the divine, spiritual, and celestial and natural. I went into the study of that. And honestly speaking, until I precise that where I get this from is when you came to Tatola and you had that lecture, and I was like, I want to be like he, you know. I want to be like he. So I start studying. I start doing a lot of reading. I start doing a lot of studying. So today now I read from a spiritual perspective now than just naturally reading something physically and understanding it physically. I read it in a way where I ain't actually seeing the object.
Sure.
I'm making the object be invisible and, you know, just use the iris to, you know, bring balance.
I appreciate that. Still.
So,
Give thanks.
So in the world, there are 3 senses.
Yeah, continue.
The celestial,
and
the spiritual,
and the audience, listen to what, done there, man. That little piece was very heavy now. I don't want you to go over it again, but that last piece you read there.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah, say it again, man, and the audience.
Which one? Tell me.
When you're talking about how you break down the 3 different aspects of the head, how it manifests to the body. I can't remember every door you open, but that last piece you read, the last couple paragraphs, just give us that one more time. And I know we're looking to seal up maybe in a couple of minutes.
The divine celestial makes the head, who are in the divine spiritual makes the body, and the divine natural makes the feet. This is also in every man, because we are created in the image and likeness of God. There are these 3 degrees, and as these are open, he becomes an angel either of the third or of the second or of the ultimate heaven.
Yeah.
So it's important and it's imperative for every human being. We are important. We is who keep, I tell you, our work is to keep the kingdom going strong, precise that, through us doing good and giving praises and praises every day, because his majesty depend on our body. He depend on us.
Yeah, of course. Bible said that, yeah. Yeah, the Bible
Yeah, he
said that
depend on us.
God said, I think it's in the book of Hosea, that God will do nothing of himself, but of the prophets. Yeah, it's Hosea. I can't remember, it's there. It's there. There's a scripture we used to pull for a while ago. It's just that, to be honest, a little rusty on them scripture right now, but I know it's there where he said that he not doing nothing of his own, But what you just read there, to me, it have that's something for like the family to take in. You know what I mean? It sounds like you ever watch the Voltron, when all the different pieces come together to form this one big, like Transformers, and So
this signifies all of our duty as Rastafari in the kingdom. Some head, some body, some feet, Priest Isaac, use a priest, use a head. The placing his kingly character. So all of us, have a part to play within the kingdom, which is imperative. It's very important, and we shouldn't take it for granted, every day. And especially teaching the young, the next generation within the liberty to keep the kingdom going strong. Right? I wish when you had come, you were teaching us about the black supremacy. When you had come, you come with a lecture of the black. You came with a lecture of the black hole. But I was studying you in the time one. Why this brethren in this cape? Why this brethren in this cape? But you never come with that light. It's just through my lion now. I, doing the study now, the Bobo Shanti teachings, and
But because I wish when you had come respect, in our respect, coming to think of it, okay, just make me sit back and reflect. It's several lectures we do now. It's twice we come through Tartle, It's several lectures. You're talking at what's the place named Maria by the Sea? That's Maria by the Sea. The Black Hole lecture.
Mellow Moods.
And Mellow, we did a couple lectures at Mellow.
That was Mellow Moods.
Yeah, man. Then we did the fairy tale and the folly days too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, because we did the lecture, the true biblical land of Israel. You remember that? And for me to go into that,
you had that book, and I buy that.
Yes, it's okay.
I buy that book from you.
Man, right. But there's many things to cover, It's so many different aspects. See, like what you bring to us today. I mean, as you said, like you already know that, hey, look, I have plenty more in the luggage here, but let's just simmer on this for a while, because we don't want, and I respect that. That's why even through the conversation, I would be telling you, look, I don't want to, push your head. I don't want to stick you, because I know you're getting to a point. You know what you're saying. You know what you're bringing forward, and I must say that the information. I don't think anybody that listening, that that is intrigued when it comes to going into metaphysics and these levels can say, well, okay, what the sister saying, sound like you can put that together and make sense out of it. But I know there's much more to come. But I see what you're saying there. I get you, man. No feel now still. But as I said, the work continues.
No.
The work continues still.
Yeah, because I even doing right now. I doing so much things. One time I doing the loosening of the 7 seals. I doing a study of the loosening of the 7 seals to show that just as His Majesty loose the seals, all of us have seals also that we need to loose as well. So when I finish that one day, then we could probably do a Zoom meeting on that.
So you feel the seal is
up
like
there.
related to the chakra or anything like that?
I can't answer you precise until I finish my study. I
See,
want answer you,
see them
and
kind
then
of see them heavens. Them is where called heavens now. That's like a shaman talking there. You cannot get that answer until we have crossed this path here.
no,
Everything
no,
blessed. Don't worry, man.
no.
It's all right, man. I know
No,
them
'cause
heavens. Trust me, man. Don't feel
it's
no way.
it's
You're
a
good,
lot of
man. You think it's everything I know I talk
because
about? Everything blessed, man. I fully understand. Everything is blessed.
from it
Mm.
it coming from seal to conceal to reveal, those three
Yeah.
aspects: seal, conceal, reveal.
Fair enough.
So
Of respect.
I want to answer you now, precise.
You're good, man. Everything blessed. I mean, I know they have those in the audience saying, man, I don't know the answer to that, man. But everything is blessed. But yeah, we're gonna look to seal it up for now. It's a nice little conversation there. We definitely will do it again sooner than later. Um,
Yeah.
Definitely, hopefully before the 40 days and 40 nights fasting pass through. Yeah, man, enough blessings and respect to the I and your family said way. You know, your full household,
Yes, I my love.
full family, everything, you know, joy to
Yes,
the
I.
head of the house, down to all the youths, and blessed for the strength that you provide to all of them. And being a mother of creation, even in this time, and give thanks for the information that you know brought forward. So I would really leave it for you to give any sealing words. If there's anything, you know, I don't know if there's any link you want to share. Ones may want to contact you to get more information. I don't know, you know, anything
Well,
you want to promote. It's all right that you want to
it's
say.
okay.
Please feel free.
Yeah. Well, I on Facebook, Lioness Kishmet Brooks. That's my name on Facebook. If anybody want to contact me or even have lectures with me, because I mostly, I have lectures almost every day with brethrens mostly, so they could contact I there. Precise that. I try and
Okay.
get black. I'm trying my best to get a black supremacy book. Precise that. Try and
I
get a book.
yes, yes. I personally, well, I mean, I have my Black Supremacy book, but I don't have the publication of the Black Supremacy book. But the headquarters is the hub for that. That's the headquarters in Jamaica. You have no contact with such. That's a simple thing I could
Yeah,
give. I will give you that link on another level. And
okay.
that is something too that I intend to start to publish, you know, because
Yeah.
yeah, that's see, like we're going through this time in the Lenten period. This is a very serious thing, and I put in my mind to it serious because we have a headquarters, you know, and it's supposed to be a headquarters.
Yeah.
To be all in all
But
honesty,
right.
I am not the headquarters. We have a headquarters. Everything is blessed, honorable Empress. So give thanks again. Let me see.
Yes, my lord.
I'm gonna take you out of this video. Yeah. Give thanks to the love, give thanks to the blessing, guidance and protection. Holy
Yes, my
Emmanuel,
lord.
I, Selassie,
Yes, I.
Jah.
Holy Emmanuel, I Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
That's it,
Blessed
man.
love.
Give thanks, give thanks. All
Blessed love.
right, give thanks.
Yes, I.
Yes, we definitely give thanks. That's the Honorable Empress there. And let me just officially assist her in the exiting out. Yes, there it is. All right. That was a wonderful reasoning there. Give thanks to the Honorable Sister for bringing that information there to us. And I myself will depart here at this moment. Giving thanks for your presence with us. And I really hope that you full enjoyed such. And I intend to have the sister again to give us some sort of reasoning on that. Yes, definitely look forward to another good interview coming up very soon. That is really the levels and the meditation that we're kicking, going through the Lenten moment there. And a lot of wonderful guests coming through, visitors and those who will be shining light on many different aspects, you know, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's spirituality, whether it's the Lent fast, whether it's the cosmos. Yes, definitely, we are definitely having a lineup of good information and people that will. I mean, you hear me speak all the time, don't you? So it's time to give you some other people. Yeah, spread the word and spread the love. We all got something to say, don't we? King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Remember, Saturday the 6th of March, healthy living for both male and female with the Honorable Priest Kailash Leons. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being in the house with the great physician Dawat near Sympathizing Negus. Admission only 25 United States dollars, $20 if you get your ticket before February the 27th. In fact, I intend to do a quick prep of this program with the honorable priest right here on the internet. So for even for those of you who won't be coming, you will definitely get a little taste of the honorable priest on Tiger's Nest before the lecture. At least I am hoping for that. That has not been set in stone as yet, but we will see. But this is set in stone. Yeah, March the 6th, 2021. Yes, love and majesty, give thanks for Empress Kishmet there, Lioness Kishmet, and for such a splendid presentation. Give thanks for all those who supped and sat with us. Look for us very soon as we go through 40 days and 40 nights in the wild. Fasting, yet on fire. Hot off roll. Yalla, the spirit is strong. Eh? Yeah. King Emmanuel the seventh. Adonia, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed up, princess. Blessed up, family.